Alrighty, well, welcome to the Smite Forest Chronicles. I guess we'll have some people joining in 10 minutes, or at least one person. I believe you guys mentioned Tempe can't be here today. So we'll just have to kill him. That's how it works. Alright, so do you anyone remember what we were doing last time?
Shopping.
Ah, yes, all of the shopping. Someone's ruffling a lot of papers. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, that's me.
Probably just doing work. Anyway, so let me just rewind. You guys should all see the map now, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So if you remember correctly, you guys were told that Madame Friona's tea kettle was the place where adventurers could find work and avoid the hassle associated with other places in Phlan. I mean, you guys have seen a lot. So far, this has been true. Madame Friona, a stout, officious halfling who runs the establishment with her 5 daughters, has proven an excellent hostess. As the sun finally sets in the west, you settle down for one last beverage. Whitley, one of Friona's daughters, sees the late-night crowd. Her startling white hair is pulled back in a tight braid. She expertly juggles pots of tea, tankards of ale, flagons of wine, and other associated mugs and cups. I'm sure she has a scone. You guys love the scones. All right, so the door to the tea kettle opens up, revealing a worried-looking gnome. He wears a patchwork of clothes and rings a floppy hat nervously in his calloused hands. He peers around the room pensively until his eyes focus on your group. He walks towards you, stepping in the middle of all of you on top of that bearskin rug. He ignores the stares and whispers from some of the other patrons and asks, are you adventurers? My little girl is in terrible trouble. Will you hear my story? I can pay.
How much can you pay? I mean,
well,
we're pretty esteemed, high-class adventurers.
Let's hear this man out, all right? Tell us your problem, and we'll let you know if we can help you.
So, my name is Rilo Leadstopper, right? I'm a tinkerer, right? I own a shop. And when I say I can pay in goodwill, good deeds, discounts, and some gold. My story is unimportant, but perhaps necessary. I have a daughter named Vinola. Her mom died, and she became just wild and inconsolable, as if sort of the foundation of who she is was gone. And ever since her mother's passing, she's been in trouble with the law. So as you guys are looking at him, you can see he's sincere and very distraught. He's a gnome tinkerer, and his tale seems to be true.
What's up with your daughter?
So that's where things go dark. As I mentioned, she's been in trouble with the law. Look, and most of her offenses, these were little small things, maybe a fine or a few days in jail. But
does this have anything to do with dragons?
I don't know. But I think it may have something to do with the Black Fist guards. She, whatever she's done recently, has sort of and sort of her recurring theme of being in trouble has made her sort of a usual suspect for the Black Fist guards. They tend to focus on her when something goes down. Now, to fast forward here, I know this. So, the first thing I did when I found that she was in trouble was I beelined right for Castle Viejo. That's where I typically pick her up. That's where the jail is, and she wasn't there. So when I went to the Stoneajow Gate to inquire about her where-beings, I was told that they have not seen her and she was not in the castle jail. So with what little money I had, I offered the guards and called in some favors, but no one seemed to know her whereabouts. So in a panic, my daughter's missing, right? So I hit some of the seedier parts of town. I don't want to think that she frequents those areas. But I was running out of options. I had no very little coin left. I won't say no. I had very little coin left. For bribes or for barter. But I did find something quite disturbing. A cut purse. A cut purse I spoke to mentioned a secret prison that a small, sort of disgruntled group of Black Fist guards covertly use to torture and murder prisoners. And this is, from my understanding, without their leadership finding out. Like, this is sort of an off the books prison. Supposedly, according to this cutthroat, my daughter stole something valuable from some of these guards. So, this leads me to you. I can bail my daughter out of prison. I can help her find her ways. But I don't think I'm any match for some blackguards in a secret torture prison. I mean, that's just too much for this father.
I say we help
at
this.
You pleadingly.
I say we help this gnome out. I mean, the girl clearly has done nothing wrong. She gets accused of doing some borrowing. We should go help her out.
So why don't you roll?
We'll just loan him some money and take interest on the loan.
Love it.
Well, why don't you roll an insight check, Curtis? Ah.
Whoa.
There's some
see
insight.
all.
There's some insight. So Dinjarin, as you're listening to his story, you get a very good sense that he's all above board. He truly has the best interest of his daughter. He sort of tried everything that he can think of and is in deep need of help. You don't get a feeling that he thinks his daughter's a horrible person, but she may have just been caught up in something bigger than her.
Still feel we should help her out. I mean, I have had my own run-ins with groups such as the Black Guard for merely minding my own business. So I definitely think we should help.
He says, to be clear, it's the Black Guard sounds more helpful. This is the Black Fist. The Black Fist Guards, right? So they rule. With an iron fist.
They're all the same. I've had run-ins with the like. I mean, you try to summon one demon.
She's at a secret torture black site run by the Black Fist.
Yeah.
Is there any other information we should know before we head on our journey, or is there?
So while I'm a tinkerer. I'm not much in a fight. I have followed up on all of the rumors, and so he pulls out a map. So let me pull out the map.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him, can he tinker us anything to help us on our journey?
Always,
Good
right?
thought.
So.
Also, I like Stefanos's loan idea. We can just become loan sharks. That's the arc of this adventuring crew.
So when do we start buying real estate?
Yeah,
So that is a thing. You guys can buy real
that.
estate or do whatever you need to do.
We
So
should buy a tea kettle.
So you see,
I thought we were going to buy headquarters.
Tea kettle or teapot, whatever this place is called.
Fiona. I don't think Fiona's gonna sell the tea
I think
kettle.
Thorn Island would be
has a price.
a pretty key place.
So you guys see, the map, correct?
Yeah.
So if you look towards the middle, so someone mentioned Thorn Island. North of Thorn Island, and off to the right, you see a complex. There's probably a letter C, sort of emblazoned over the top of it. So there's that combination, the A, B, and C. is hold on 1 second. Um. Oh, there we go. You gotta give me 1 second. There it is. All right, great. So that area is known as the Lyceum of the Black Lord, right? And what he's heard is beneath, around sort of the A, where the A is, beneath those ruins, is this sort of this secret prison, right? And and it took him pretty much the rest of his coin. He did locate. There's a secret entrance to this place from the caves on the shore of the river Stanajo, right? So, you guys can sneak in. He also, a frequenter of Madame Fiona knows that you can follow the underground river from below her tea kettle, most of the way to this secret entrance. So all he has left to his name is 50 gold pieces. If you can convince them to release her, the 50 gold is yours, as well as a tinkerer, he will throw in a fine magnifying glass, right? So that's really all he has to offer.
What kind of things do you make when you as a tinkerer?
Baubles and boxes and tools, magnifying glasses, hair combs.
Do you know how to make upgrade? Do you think you could upgrade armor and weaponry if we needed in the future?
That's something I could look into. It would probably require the assistance of a smith and perhaps a conjurer.
Is there
Depends what you want done.
anything we should know about your daughter? That, tell us a little bit about her, like her personality, how she has acted in the past. I mean, like, what was it like raising her?
So, Valona, can't pronounce my own daughter's name. Valona, Leadstopper, was always a good kid up until her mom passed, and then she went a little dark. She focused on, quite honestly, the skills of battle and self-preservation and self-protection. She walks the fine line between a scout and a thief. But there's goodness in her heart, and I can't believe that my daughter has just taken a turn for the worse. I believe that there's more to her tale.
How did her mom die?
That's a sad story. We're not a rich people, and in one of the rougher winters, we did not have enough coin for coal to heat the entire home, and one night as we all hunkered in a group to fall asleep, alas, in the morning, she had given her body heat to save our daughter.
Question.
So he's pretty choked up. His eyes are glossy. You can tell that he takes this as a sort of like breadwinner for the family. Through his inability to earn coin, his poor wife gave her life to keep the daughter alive.
I tear off a piece of my tunic. It's dirty, but it's a piece of cloth that I handed to him as a handkerchief for him to dry his eyes on.
Yeah, and he,
I was about to say, it's not Dobby. He won't be a free elf after that.
No.
Yeah, he dabs away. He dabs away, and he regains his composure, and he's like, so, I don't know what horrors have fallen upon my daughter in this prison, but time is of the essence. So if it's good with you, if it's good with you, we'll head straight away, to the secret prison.
Everybody, aye or nay? Aye.
I say we go
Say
kill
that.
some evil guards or whatever, soldiers, whatever. Let's go take them
I
out.
would like to know one thing. What is it you're going to do to make sure that your daughter doesn't get herself in trouble again after this?
That's a good question, because she's she's in her late teens. She's an 18-year-old, and I don't have legal right to tell her how to live her life. We did not raise her to be a scoundrel. This does not align with her character. Um, you know, we're too poor for gnome family counseling. But I will do my best. I will do my best to protect her and guide her, and lead a good life by example.
I have a pretty good rapport with kids. I can put her on the straight and narrow path.
Yeah, me too. I was an
But
orphan. I know what it's like to not have a
it's
parent.
somewhat-
I think we should talk to her.
Yeah, it's somewhat called like scared straight, but don't worry,
Let's just go on our mission. Let's not ruin.
we'll go on the mission.
Let's not leave a trail blazing in our path. Let's
I was
go.
getting ready to make you guys roll something to see if he was deceived, but all right. So you guys gonna head?
There's no deception here. This is pure honesty.
There you go. All right. So you guys should be seeing the tea kettle. So as you see, not going to bring your characters on. As you can see, there's an underground waterway that sort of makes its way through the tea kettle. And
the map hasn't loaded yet.
Yeah.
Is it black?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Let me do this instead. Now can you see?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Alexandria, like some of you guys are popped outside. Tempe. Dinjarin.
Hello.
And then who's left? Stefanos.
Hi.
All right.
Bad.
So you guys are all underground now, right? So you're in a tea kettle, and as the group of you make your way south, you see the sort of the railway. I'll pull some of you over. Loop, loop, loop. There we go. Now you're down by the waterway, right? So off to the west, heading sort of southwest, you see that the water heads in that direction. There's some walkable areas, to the left and to the right. Not so much a hidden passage, but definitely a shortcut. Part of you thinks that it might be fun to grab a barrel and to make your way down, Hobbit style, but today is probably not that day. So he takes you guys, out through the basement and does do a quick, with sort of pleading eyes, and says, "Anyone need anything from this shop before we proceed?" And you can hear in his voice he's hoping the answer is no, because he's heard that you guys spend a lot of time at the shop. But alas, this is your chance.
Actually, there was some sort of like breathing underwater thing.
All right.
So
So if you want to go to the
available.
shop,
No,
if
it's fine. Whatever. No, never mind. It's okay. Let's
you're
just go.
welcome to go to the shop. Like, you see the shopkeep sort of like, looking around the corner, like, are you here for me?
No, it's okay. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. I
We can
die.
go.
Right. I've heard you make mention of the underwater, scroll. I'll set that aside for you for when you return.
I'm fine in fire, but water scares me, so I'm a little terrified of water.
I'm with you. In my adventures, the water adventures were the most terrifying. All right. So, on that note, get you up and into the thick of it. One by one, you should be starting to see the map. I assume.
I see us. I don't see a map.
Okay.
We're just floating in a black void of nothingness right now.
Share the record. So if you click one of your characters, you can't see anything?
Oh, now I'm starting to see stuff. It's just
Taking a little bit to load.
we're in a little area.
Yeah, your little foyer. The secret entrance.
Foyer.
Yeah. So what you see, so Rilo, he leads you guys into a secret entrance. It's simply this tunnel, right? And it wove around, branched off here and there. But he made its way to this river running under Phlan, to the secret chamber, sort of beneath that ruined Lyceum. You're pleased to find that this tunnel, at least as part of it, is not guarded, right? And it runs sort of several hundred yards before it sort of ends at this double metal door. The stonework around this door is well crafted, sort of unlike the tunnel itself. So you suddenly are sort of leaving the tunnel feel, and you're sort of entering something at least a little bit more thoughtful. The ceilings are about 10 feet high. So, the first thing Alexandria thinks to herself is like, ain't no flying here, right? There's a little bit of light. Those of you with dark vision will be well served. It's not a well lit area. There's sparsely lit with some torches. Does anyone have a passive perception above 10? Tyros does. So, Tyros, you hear beyond the door, sort of muttering, some moans and some cries. It sounds like some pretty miserable people. And occasionally, you hear something a little deeper, some sounds a little deeper, like maybe some sobbing.
Wait, how can you tell what your passive is for something?
Oh, on the main tab, you'll see AC, init, speed, and perk. So PERC
I have an
is
11.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a 17.
Yeah, so there you go. So like often when I'm saying to like roll perception, right? You're passive, like you get a 17 without even rolling.
Nice.
So Google it later, and you'll learn all about passive perception. But it will tell you sort of that passive will tell you sort of like unaided awareness. But if you really want to, you have to roll if you really want to like hone in on a thing from a perception perspective, right? But you walked up to a door and you hear those noises. That's a thing. You shouldn't have to roll for that. What do? Rilo's like, I'm here with you, but I'm going to stay towards the back. I'm not a fighter. I'm a tinkerer. And he sort of pops to the back, and there you guys are at the door.
We should make sure the
So-
door isn't booby trapped.
Yeah. Can we like look around and see if there's anything around that kind of give us a hint about the door, the room, the space? Like,
Yeah,
Sure.
I specifically want to look for like any booby traps or anything that may be triggered when we try to enter.
All right, so do me. So I'm hearing.
like, is there like a hole?
So maybe an investigation. I think for the general looking about.
Oh, come on. I'm blind.
Okay, tell me when you guys are all rolled up. 1 second, I'm looking something up. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so that's specifically, yeah, I just wanted to verify I was right. So from an investigation perspective, and now Dinjarin, you wanted to know about traps. I need you to roll a perception check. Just from an investigation, you pick up on the fact that this is a pretty thick door, but it's not so thick that you couldn't break through it. See, Dinjarin's there we go. Dinjarin, you do see that it's locked, right? And you sense no traps beyond the trap you would spring upon yourselves. You think to yourself, if you were to crash through this door, and there were any guards on the other side, the jig is up. That will alert them to your presence. Now, you don't know how frequently they get visitors, right? And you don't hear any guard sounds as of right now. Mostly just what sounds like captives. So there's where you are. You have a locked door. It is breakable. It's well crafted but not impenetrable, and it is locked.
Guys, I have a plan. It's a little chaotic, so I think you guys will appreciate this. Let's pretend that we are doing a citizen's arrest, and we take the gnome, and we're like, we found the father of the girl, right? And then we're like, take us to the girl so we can finish our questioning, and that's how we enter. I think that's what we would do.
I would imagine the citizens wouldn't know about a secret torture chamber of just a few.
We aren't saying we know anything about a torture chamber. We're saying
But isn't that where we're going into? Is a secret torture chamber? So,
no, I don't know. Who's the...
I think
Say
that's
that
what...
We want deep cover.
Not citizen's arrest. Say that we're undercover.
So Rilo hears you guys talking. He's like, so, just to be clear, it cost me the rest of my coin to find the location of this entrance, and I'm led to believe unthinkably bad things happen here. So I don't know that these guards are above board, as they say, but I defer to you.
I say, Tyros, you're good at picking locks, right? I remember you did a pretty good job with the chair back in the crypt.
But why are we not choosing? I think we should bring them a gnome and try to get in.
So are you going to knock on the door? Is that the plan?
No, it's not. We don't know for sure if it's locked, do we?
No, you do. It's locked.
We do know it's locked.
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what you know is it's a secret torture prison with a secret entrance and a locked door.
I think the thing we don't know is, are there like 50 archers on the other side that are going to shoot anything that busts through that door? Or could we pick the lock, look inside, take a quick peek inside, and figure out?
Like unseen servant, figure out what's over there. Does anyone have unseen servant? Am I crazy?
I have unseen servant, but they would still be able to see him. Like they'd see like a ghost. So can we look through the keyhole, and like see anything through the keyhole?
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll an investigation.
Okay. Last time.
By the way,
an investigation.
this is the first time I've really been able to see details on the characters. Like, this is pretty cool. Like it's really clear right now.
So what I'm hearing is let's just stick with this.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Glory gets up against the door, puts her eye, and sort of the door sort of goes jingle, jingle, and she can't really make out anything.
Somebody else do it.
So Alexandria pushes her aside and says, I'll take care of this, and she sees even less. So Stefanos, did you want to do a detect magic? Is that what you're trying to do?
I was trying to draw the info from it, but all the icons are slightly different. But yes, I would like to detect magic if there's magic across on the other side of the door.
Okay, so action is detect. Is that take a spell slot or is that a cantrip?
It does take a spell slot.
Okay, so you want to use your spell slot now.
Yes.
All right, what's the range of detect magic? Oh, by the way, instead of a chain link, it's now a little dot that you click on, in case you guys wondered. 30-foot range. Okay, so 30-foot, presence of magic. Right. Cool. Let me see how far that is. So I'm going to assume that you're going to go right up to the corner and try to do a detect magic.
Yep.
Does anybody else want to look through anything?
So go ahead and you do your detect magic. That's not a roll, right? That's just a... Yeah, so click that little button. Or you already did. Okay, good. So, yeah, you guys see... You see Stephanos' eyes sort of glaze for a second, and while she sort of attunes to the area, and at least within a 30-foot radius, there's no magic. There's nothing magical at all. It seems to be a secret, unmagical prison. But the range is 30 feet, so beyond that, who knows? Now you have to check a spell slot, and that uses one of them up. I think you have several of them, so you're probably good to go.
Yep.
Cool.
I'll do an investigation and look through the keyhole as well, see if I can see anything.
All right. Investigate away.
I also, while
yeah,
I'm
you
doing
guys.
that, I want to activate my fighting style really quick.
All right, so you activate your fighting style. Tyros, pushes everyone else aside and also sees like nothing, and realizes that that maybe this lock doesn't it's not an old timey skeleton key lock. It's maybe a little bit more advanced, and he sees some inner workings and some gears and whatever, and then realizes you can't see through this thing.
Okay.
Since you're right there, just pick the lock.
What I'm thinking is, I was just going to say that. Why don't I try and pick the lock, and maybe each of you guys sort of sidle up on each side of the wall, so that if the door does kind of swing open by mistake, no one's in line of fire.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'll do is I'll just to make sure he's safe, I'll come back here next to Rolo. I wouldn't want anything to happen to him.
All right.
I'm like in the wall.
Yes, you guys are all. That's okay. You guys are all like as far away from like he's not feeling the love right now. He's sort of on his own. So Tyros, you pop up and go ahead, and I need you to roll a dexterity check, and you should get a +4 because you have thieves' tools, I believe. You would need thieves' tools. So if it's the very last thing, you can see you can roll it. It's the very last thing: tools, items, thieves' tools.
Oh, down in actions.
Down in skills.
Skills.
Oh, sorry, skills. Yep.
What modifier do you have on that? Okay, +4.
+4. So yeah, so despite not being able to see through, it did pay off. He was able to see the inner workings of the lock. Pulls out his thieves' tools, and he's like, "I've got this." And you hear almost silently, like, click, and the doors swing open. And you guys should be able to see through. So, what awaits you on the other side, you may ask?
Ooh, that looks
What awaits us on the other side?
Well, as soon as it loads. All right.
Yes, someone named Stabby.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So,
Oh.
what awaits you on the other side? Some prisoners. And as soon as the doors open, you see all of the prisoners sort of look your way, or at least the ones within eyeshot, and are like, "Oh, free me! Free me! Please let me go! Let us out! Free me! There's no good here! Free me!"
quiet.
So yeah, these guys are like, super excited. So, the narrative is simply, this room contains 8 cells, 5 currently occupied by prisoners who start begging to be released as you enter. A door to the east is barred, from this side, so it's locking something in. And there's also a door on the south wall. There's a stone chair bolted to the floor, in the room's center, and an interrogation instruments hanging from the wall. So,
Hey. Sorry, go ahead.
So the door that is not barred, I think it's on the south entrance. Is that where it was?
yeah, so first off,
Is-
and just to make sure that you guys have some context, let me put this here. Sort of right in the middle of this room is a chair. Try to add that in for you. Wouldn't want you to not have the visuals. Yeah, so there's this chair sort of right in the middle of go. There we go. Within view of all of the prisoners, and you guys are thinking to yourself, yeah, like, why would they want that that chair to be there? And it's pretty obvious that it's bolted to the floor, and they want to torture the prisoners within view of the other prisoners. So
I'm
these are
guessing
some real.
there's some waterboarding going on.
These guys are some real schmoes, right? This Blackguard faction.
So the door to the south, does it look like we could bar it from the inside if we wanted to? Like, is there a way for us to block that door so no one could get in?
The door probably opens towards you. There's really nothing in the room usable. The chair is bolted down. You could potentially, block it. I don't know. I don't know that it would last more than a round or two if someone tried to get out. Right. The question is, could you bind the door silently? Is what you'd have to ask yourself. And at this point, do you need to? Right. So like, from where you guys stand, you don't see any guards in this area.
Does someone want to? Because I don't know how much you get. Tyros or Stephanos, can you see around the corner? Because I can't see anything. So there could be someone over in the other corner. Can anyone see over there?
No.
All right, so
Yeah,
so you're moving with normal speed, right? You guys aren't moving in stealth. You guys are moving just.
There's
normal.
no one in here. It's empty. They're just prisoners.
So you see no one in there, but these guys are begging for their lives, right? And they're starting to get louder.
Loud.
So you're
Shut up. Be quiet.
If you value
The
your
guards
lives,
come.
shut up. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
If you want to continue living,
so I need you to roll a charisma
Please,
check.
no.
So whoever is going to hush these guys
God.
up, move into the room and then
Glory
roll a
should
charisma.
do it.
what was that, DM?
Whoever
Someone
is going
with
to
high
be
charisma needs to try to convince them to stop talking because that's the check.
yeah.
I don't have charisma. Or is
I
it?
think
Oh wait,
I
sorry.
do.
I have a 15.
I have a
plus
19
2.
plus a 4 bonus.
I have a 22.
Oh, then you should.
Okay,
What's your
Glory,
bonus?
you go.
Plus 6. Here. Okay. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go.
you should do it then.
All
It's
right, and
on the moon.
what?
No.
So yeah, so Glory's like basically shut up. And these guys are like, let us out. Let us out. Let us out or we will alert the guards.
That doesn't even.
Why? That's not in your best interest.
All right.
man.
Somebody else do it.
Our best
I'm
interest.
gonna-
We're locked up. We're tortured.
If you don't stay quiet, we will kill all of you here on the spot.
And you see them
I'm
cause
gonna roll an
pause.
intimidation.
Or
what?
Yeah,
do I
you
need
can
to
roll.
something?
You can either roll intimidation or so you're gonna do intimidation. So do intimidation. And like they immediately shut up, right? Because look,
Got it
you can
done, guys.
you can see in their eyes, that they were balancing be dead, or continue to be locked up, and it was not an easy call for them. But the whole lot of them, were quiet. Now, I'm assuming Tempe would have come in as well. Tyros is here. Rilo is hanging back in the back corner, and Stefanos, you guys are all in the room right now. So yeah, and at least they're quiet. So go ahead and roll. I need you guys to sort of roll a perception check for me. You want me to try to do the whole team thing? Oh, someone's already rolling. That's good.
Wait, that didn't work. Sorry.
All right, Tyros and Alexandria, good so far. Pretty good, Glory. Stefanos, you'd have no idea what's going on. Yeah, so you guys are all sort of like, you made your way in, you've shut these prisoners up, and you just listen, and what you hear is off to the west. You hear the sobbing of what you assume is the girl. You have the prisoners, like you've told them to shut up. They're still moaning. They're in pain. It's interesting is when you look, there's 5 prisoners in this room. 4 of the 5 are in just terrible condition. They're starving. They have dehydration. They clearly have been tortured. There's wounds. These guys are in no condition to fight you or the guards or anyone. 2 of these prisoners have one ear missing. And as you learned earlier, but may have forgotten, that indicates that these guys are part of the welcomers, and they're part of it's one of the thieves guilds in town. So that's a sign that they're part of the thieves guild, and part of the welcomers. You may remember them from the barn in some dragon egg trouble. There is one prisoner who is unlike the others. He's less of a thug or a thief. Looks like more of a cultist. And looking into his eyes is like looking into madness. He's clearly been driven insane by something. So,
he seems like an interesting fellow. Maybe we should talk to him.
So whoever wants to talk to him, sort of move within eye shot, and we can do so. All right. So you should see Zamfir, the cultist, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And he's like, he just has this like toothy, mad grin on his face, right? And he's like, "I'm not gonna let you move into the cell." And he's like, "Yeah, let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. The fun house isn't
and
fun.
Why should we let you out?
Because the fun house is not fun. Let me out."
Oh, he's nuts, yo.
So as you're talking to him, Chumley, who's at least been separated by one cell, probably on purpose, he's like, Zamfir has spent too much time in the funhouse.
And what is the funhouse exactly, Chumley?
The funhouse is through the door to the east. You do not want to go into the funhouse.
I'm gonna go on record and say we should let them all out. Let's just let them all out.
Just about to say the same thing. Yeah.
We should.
My moral compass can't stand them being here right now.
I think the second we open these gates, they're gonna go marry.
Let me out.
They're gonna what?
Cultists have a knife in hand.
So
I feel like the chaos could be to our advantage.
Ignore the ignore the weapon in the token's hand. Like, he doesn't actually have a dagger. He's in jail. Just so you know.
Okay, well then our plan is to let them all out. Hopefully there's an alarm that will go, and then a ton of guards will come, and then we'll find the fun house after we kill the guards. Is that our plan? Because otherwise we can promise these guys if we
Actually-
find the girl, like where did the girl go? And then we'll go find the girl on our way out. We'll let them all out. If they
So-
direct
That's a
us
good
to the next.
question. Should we look around and see if there is anything that might trigger an alarm or some sort of
Well, ask them if
something
they
that
saw
would alert them?
So are you asking that to each other? Or are you asking one of the prisoners? And which prisoner?
Yeah, who looks the most
I-
lucid?
Yeah, jump
Okay.
like
I'm kind of
so.
in front of Stabby right now.
Yeah, so Stabby, Stabby's nickname is Stabby. Stabby's in really bad shape, right? Probably can barely walk, and sort of looks up at you with pleading eyes. Maybe maybe some good has come of this prison, and has found a path to righteousness. He's like, are you here to free me?
We're here to find a young little girl, but we are also here, as we've stumbled on you, to free you guys too. Nobody should be held in these cages.
Oh no!
Is there any alarm? What happens when these doors open?
Which
To
doors?
yourselves? The doors to your cells. What happens when these open? Is there some sort of tripwire system? Is there something the guards have to do before they open the door, or do they just use a key and unlock it?
The key are on the wall to the west, hanging just near the guard room door. When they let us out, I hear no alarms. I hear no mechanisms. I prefer not to be let out by the guards because I don't want to spend time in the funhouse.
Is that where the little girl is right now?
I think her name is Vilnoa, the gnome, the gnomish girl. Yes, the
Gnomish girl, yes.
She. They took her into the funhouse this morning, and seemingly just left her and went on break. I don't know what they're doing. They spend when they're not torturing us, they spend a lot of time playing cards and drinking. From the sounds of it, in the guard room to the south.
Is that where the guards are right now? Are they in the guard room or are they in the funhouse?
I doze in and out of consciousness, and when last I was awake, yeah, I mean they were heading into the guardhouse. I have no idea if some of them left or some of them are in the funhouse or if all of them are down. Like, I can tell you that these are not good people.
Ask how many guards. Does he know how many guards there are in total?
So
Yeah, Stabby, do you know?
So there's usually 4 to 5 guards and their dog. If you hear someone calling for Snoopy, don't let the name fool you. Snoopy's not a comfort animal.
He's not a seeing eye dog.
Oh, he's seen plenty of eyes torn from the skulls of their former owners.
I wonder if we should send 1 or 2 people to the funhouse to try to retrieve the girl, and the rest of us go kill off the guards.
I'm on my way to let these guys out of prison first.
All right, so I'm asking before I click this: are you moving with stealth? Or are you moving normal?
We've been moving normal through here. I wouldn't. We haven't triggered any alarms, so I'm just assuming that I'm moving normal.
So I'll just assume that
Maybe
you
a
just sort of
mistake.
you're not being stealthy, but you're also just sort of being quiet.
Yes.
You're not pulling a Dinjar
I know.
and being stealthy in armor.
No, but my assumption is the guards are in the room to the south right now, so I'm trying to make as least amount of noise
Why don't
as
you
possible. But
roll a perception check? Because you're close to the door now. No, wait, you have passive perception.
not the 10. I do.
Yeah, so from a focused perception, you don't pick up on anything. Your passive perception hears, the sounds of a sleeping dog, and you can't get quite a good number on a count, but you hear a few guards sort of talking and playing cards. You hear some ale, being poured, some burping and some laughing, maybe a little bit of scheming. So yeah, so there's definitely some people on the other side of this door. You also notice
so
just
with
passively
that
that you cannot lock the door from the side that you're on.
Oh, okay. So with that knowledge, I quickly turn to Glory, Dinjarin, Alexandria, and Tempe, and just put my finger to my mouth and just tell them to keep the noise down. As I go and retrieve the keys.
All right, so you have the keys, and you move to whoever you want to release first.
I think I'll just go back to Stabby
Before
here.
you release them, get information out of them, and if it's a good information, you let them go.
I will tell you what you want to know.
I got a quick question. If someone wanted to say, take one of our potions and make it into more of a gaseous form, what would I, if I heat a potion up, would it turn into a gas?
I'm but a prisoner. How would I know such a thing?
And that door to where the guards are, does it seem like there's I want to look to see if there's a big crack underneath the door or any cracks around. I'm curious about this.
So roll an investigation. And I'll move you closer. You're going to need to be closer to the door, so I moved your character.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to tell much.
You can tell enough. It's a door. It's a solid core door. Probably Home Depot quality. It serves the purpose of giving the guards some privacy, and you just like Dinjar, or just like Tyros, notice that it can't be locked from this side, so it also might be a place that if anything ever went south, it might be their sort of safe room, their clubhouse or something, right? It is the below the door and above the door is just enough clearance so the door swings freely open, but there's nothing exceptional.
I was just thinking, guys, if we could take my potion of poison, heat it into a gas, and have that gas go underneath the door and fill the guard room, we may be able to take out all the guards without even having to do anything.
And anybody else that's not a guard, like the girl.
Okay, what about the filter?
The girl's in the other room.
We don't know that.
Yeah, the guy
do.
said the girl's in the other room.
Yeah, the girls in the room to the east in the funhouse, and as far as Stabby knows, all of the guards are in the room to the south.
Well, so hear me out. What's better than dead guards? Guards on our side. We vaporize the love potion, and then they all follow us. Maybe we can use them to kill any other guards that we see.
That's brilliant.
If you guys want to do it that way too, I guess. But I thought I had a pretty
How
solid
long does
plan.
the love potion last?
Great question. I do think your plan is really solid.
I'll say death lasts forever. Love, you can fall out of love.
Yeah, well,
Just
we
saying.
can kill them before they...
So
They
the
love it
prisoners
so much.
the prisoners hear you scheming, and both Chumley and Stabby are like, your plan seems solid. Do you plan on freeing us before? to be perfectly frank, we've been through hell, and the last thing we want to do is to have your plan go awry and find ourselves in prison and poisoned.
Yeah.
right,
Only
cool.
if
What
you promise to sow chaos wherever you go.
What?
Really let the rage of your imprisonment motivate you to tear society down. There should be a revolution in the streets when we leave. Like, really just go ham.
So both Chumley and Stabby, are earless and part of the Thieves Guild. So, they look at you sort of knowingly, saying, why do you think we're here?
Yeah, man.
So who you releasing? Anyone?
Rock on.
So like
all of them.
none of
Release all of them.
Well, but in what order? Okay, so like we're gonna do this like
I will say, Chumley and Stabby, they screwed us over with the whole dragon egg. Just saying. Maybe.
So are you asking? Are you? Is your assumption that they were part of that?
They're thieves. I don't know.
Are you asking
They're all
them?
the
Are
same.
you talking to them about this, or is this just you talking amongst yourselves?
I'm
Start
just
with
kind of talking
prisoner
amongst
Stabby. Do prisoner Stabby, Frantic, then Glumly,
Yeah,
and then
The
I'm not
cultist
really
should be
listening
last.
yeah.
I'm not listening to Jinjarin right now. I'm going to start releasing the prisoners because even if they were part of that thieves guild, again, I'm a thief as well, and nobody deserves these prisons.
So-
But I'd say to prisoner Stabby, I ask him to hold back so that he can assist cultist Zamfir out and not let Zamfir go running around wildly, and just slowly usher him out the exit.
And he's like, I'm happy to help, but like Zamfir's gone, man.
That's okay. I need you guys to all make sure he gets back to the village safe and taken care of.
So
Well,
you're gonna
also
pop
looks-
out all of the prisoners except Zamfir
All
first,
of the
correct?
prisoners and Zamfir will be last.
Okay. So,
It also
Prisoner-
seemed like though they were very weak and may not be able to walk on their own. I would be worried they're not able to walk on their own accord.
yeah. So I was
They
getting
need
ready to
help.
say like Stabby and Chumley immediately sort of buddy up. Prisoner Frantic, they help her stand. Glumly over here, you release and can walk, but pretty slow. And Stabby's like, look, we'll do our best, but just be careful with Zamfir. I wouldn't trust him. But we have no weapons, we have no strength, and it's taking all the strength I have left to hold up Frantic.
Has he been known to just attack people on his own wildly?
Well, he's not been given the chance. He's a favorite of the guards. Until the gnome arrived, he was a favorite. He spent a lot of time in the funhouse.
Do you know why the gnome was brought here? Did you overhear them talk about anything of why the gnome was brought here?
She stole something from them. They were
Did
especially
you
motivated.
happen to overhear what?
No,
You don't know
idea.
what that was?
No idea. It's best to keep one's nose out of other people's
It is
business.
best to keep one's nose.
Yes. But
I
not
see you've
one's
lost an
ear.
already, so I totally understand.
I beat you to that joke. So they
All right.
really want to leave before anything goes down. They're Stabby's trying to convince you that they are useless in a fight, even with Zamfir, right? And Zamfir is the only
I
one
would
who
say
says
start
any
walking
health
your
left.
way out.
Yeah, let him go. It's fine.
Yeah. Just
Does,
promise to keep that other ear to the grindstone.
So Chumley,
Does anyone in the group have any reservations of me letting Zamfir out, or should we
I say we
it's
hold
wait
off
until
until
we finish our quest?
I say we wait until the end. See what happens. Crazy knows crazy, so I would say we let him out. He's going to do a lot of things that will get us in more trouble.
So in order, that was the last one. So that's where you would be, Tyros, because you released that prisoner.
Yep.
They make their way out of the door, and they're like, thank you, and Tyros, Stabby looks at you and says, I will follow the path of the righteous. And as he's walking out, he sort of side eyes Alexandria and winks, off to sow chaos.
Shoot him some finger guns and toss him a healing potion.
Well, all right, remove a healing potion from your inventory, and he is now, he's now able to, with jazz hands, get his friends out of harm's way. So Zamfir sees you releasing everyone and starts to look, super excitable, and gets this big, like, Manson grin on his face, and he's like, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out.
Does anyone have a sleeping potion?
Sure.
Do you?
It tastes just like a healing potion. It's a eternal sleep.
So
Eternal
are you giving him some sort of a potion?
No, I don't want to give it to him. But I will tell him once again, it is in his best interest to shut up if he wants to stay alive.
All right, you're gonna have to roll a persuasion check, because he's starting to say,
Oh no, I'm not
out.
trying to persuade him.
I'm sorry,
I
intimidate
am
him,
intimidating him.
because he's starting to get louder. Let me out, let me out. The funhouse is not fun. Let me out. Even with the 18, he barely gets softer. Even with the 18, he's starting to sort of lose his faculties.
Oh, well,
Whatever
that
we're
didn't
gonna do, we should just do it. Like, let's
Yeah, let's go.
just go get the girl.
All right, why don't you
I
do
think
the
why-
potion thing?
Why don't some of you check out the door to the funhouse and go in the funhouse? I think some of us should stay back just in case guards do come in. We don't want to
Thought
be
we were-
attacked from behind.
I thought we were gonna do the killing potion on the guards.
Yeah.
If you guys wanna
vaporize
try
the
that.
potion. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's try it.
All right. I want to try to vaporize my potion of poison and push the vapor in under the crack of the door into that room where the guards are. I'm assuming it's where I am right now.
All right, so hold on. So this is a complicated thing, and he's starting to get louder again. How are you going to vaporize it? In what mechanism are you going to get it on the other side of the door? And know that I'm going to make you roll like a 20, and if you fumble, you will all start taking poison damage.
Do you guys want me to still do it? That's a really hard roll.
No, let's not do
No.
it.
Well, no, I mean,
let's
if-
just
like-
open that door and kill some guards.
Hard pass on that one.
Pigs.
I say
So-
we go into the funhouse. Try open the funhouse doors. Go that way because there's no guards in there. We may be able to get the girl and just go without guards knowing.
So real
I'll
quick,
stay back here.
you guys, you guys are going to split this, but you did release the prisoners, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the XP that you get for that. So there you go.
I am going to do one more thing, and this may be against popular vote, but I'm going to release Zamfir and walk him through the doors that we came in and lead him down the hallway. He's going to keep getting louder and louder.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Do it.
I have another way we
I'll
can
take
have it.
responsibility of carrying him away.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys like 20 more seconds to put yourself where you are in the room, and then tell me your plan, and I'm going to tell you what's happening. He's progressively, over that 10 seconds, getting more and more agitated.
I'm going to come around this corner and just stay near the door to make sure no one comes in through this door. Actually, I'll go right next to Alexandria.
I'm gonna head towards the playhouse. And
I'm going to...
Yep.
Go ahead.
Nope, that's it. I'm gonna
I'm
head
super
towards the
pumped to kill
playhouse
some
and try to find the
guards.
girl.
So
Can I ready myself so that if a guards come through that door, I want to ready myself.
Yeah. So, and Rilo, by the way, Rilo is going to go. he knows his daughter's in that room. He doesn't want to go through by himself, but he's just going to be in this corner over here. So
So
I'm going to roll.
I'm-
So your plan, like, tell me what your plan is, and then I've got to roll a dice to see what happens.
Okay, I'm
my
readying
plan is to
myself.
first get Zamfir out of here because I do not want him alarming anybody.
And by out of here, you mean dead, or by out of here, you mean released
No,
into the wild?
I'm going to release him and personally walk him to the hallway in how we got here and lead him away from the guards in this room and especially the funhouse.
Hey, Alexandria, I would stand on the other side of the door from where I am, because then we have both sides covered, and Tempe he has the door covered from an archery perspective, so if anyone comes in, like, it's covered from 3 spots.
Okay, I'll also ready myself.
Okay, give me 1 second.
And then Stephanos and Glory could go into the funhouse and try to get the girl.
Okay, so really quick before, because I want you guys to really think all through. There's a lot of things that are going to happen at once, possibly. I need you to think through, in order, what's going to happen.
So I think Tyros is releasing and walking Zamfir out the way we came. Glory and Stephanos will then go into the room, if they agree with that. And then Tempe, myself, and Alexandria are staying back, readying at the door, so if anyone comes through, we could attack the second they come through. Because I'm hoping we would then have advantage.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Unless, of course, someone comes from the way we came, then we're all screwed. But
That's the worry.
Okay, 1 second. So I think I've got it squared away. I'm just making sure. Uh-oh, I got a blue spinny thing. Uh-oh. Now I'm worried. I may not have fantasy grounds anymore.
oh,
So, while I'm waiting for my... Oh, there. Hold on. There it went back. 1 second. That was crazy. Almost. So many things happening right now. I'm sorry this is taking so long.
That's okay. Technology.
All right, there's that.
Really brings us closer together, but in some ways makes us even further apart.
pretty profound.
Your wit is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost there. This is just taking unbelievably long. Okay.
I'm gonna start doing what you do, where Glory becomes agitated that she must wait because it's taking so long for
I
the
know.
GM to
Exactly.
for GM to figure out what's going on.
All right, so here's the deal. Where's Dinjarin? Down here?
Right next to the south door. Oh no.
So as you know, as you guys are crafting your plan, you know, Chob appears behind behind Dinjarin, and he's like, "Your plan is stupid."
You're stupid, Chop. Get out of here.
He's like, "What outcome are you after? You fool. Do you think killing these guards is going to help free the gnomish girl?"
No, but it'll sure be a fun time.
Who are you
I-
talking to, man?
I do not understand.
Yeah, are you okay?
I cannot believe I
It's
lost my
Chop.
life to a moron.
Do you see
Chop
Chop?
said-
And then
No,
He's
and
right
then,
there.
uh-oh.
Job, I'm pretty new to this group.
And then he disappears. All right. So did someone leave? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Who's gone?
Tyrose left.
Oh, that's weird.
Tyrose left
No, I'm
with
still.
the other dude. Didn't you?
I'm here, but I don't know where Zamfir.
Oh no, we lost the crazy guy. His avatar's gone.
We lost
Oh.
the cultist.
And Tempe's gone too.
Okay, hold
No,
on.
I see.
Tempe's here.
I see everyone else.
Oh, Tempe is there. Oh.
Okay, there's
Yeah,
a
for some
cultist.
reason.
Yeah, he's back now,
Zamfir
right?
just disappeared.
Bleep.
No,
Um,
I do
he's
not
in the
see him.
combat
Oh,
track.
there he is.
There he is. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oopsie. So anyway, so Chob popped on to basically tell Dinjarin that he's a moron, and the rest of you couldn't really hear Chob. But Chob even as a ghost can't believe that he was thwarted by someone who would come up with such a stupid plan as this. All right. So now the plan is, tell me exactly what's happening. Last chance, no changes. It's go time.
So for me, I am releasing Zamfir and I am walking him north on the hallway that we came in,
Okay.
and trying to keep him as quiet as possible.
So you'll be here.
That's the immediate.
and
thing
he'll
I'm
be
doing.
here. All right. And what's going down to the or what's going on to the east, Glory? Are you going through the door, or are you just staying by the door?
I'm gonna go through the door,
Okay. You find that
but
the
I'm
door.
gonna do it very quietly and do some peeking around before I fully open the door. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna be in
Okay.
front of the door. The door is open. It was not locked. Stefanos, where are you?
Okay.
Are you where you are?
I'm gonna follow Glory and back her up.
Okay, so you're gonna follow Glory. And I gotta go in 5 minutes or in a few minutes here. Awesome. Cool. And then Alexandria, you're flanking the door. And then Jarin, you're flanking the door. And what are
Ready
you?
by the door. Yes.
Tempe will stand, in front of the door. Tempe, by the way, is not down with this plan. He does not understand. You've not talked to the guards. Killing the guards seems not above board, but he seems to be the last. Actually, I think he would help Tyros. I'm wrong. I think he would help Tyros. I don't think he would be
Yeah,
part of.
Tempe, they're doing fantasy Abu Ghraib here. We have to kill these guards.
I think Tempe would come with me, honestly, because Tyrone doesn't need help with this guy, but he would
Okay.
help with.
Would you guys agree that? Would you think he would escort the cultist, murder the guards, or go with Glory into the funhouse?
I think
come
he
with us.
would go with Glory.
Okay. So here
I
he
think
is.
he would see that I can handle the cultist.
Okay, and Dinjarin, what are you doing? Now we're all stacked up. This is the last thing we're doing for
So
today.
I'm also ready by the door for guards to come through.
Why would they come? So are you opening the door? Or are you just standing there?
No, because if we go, I'm standing there because if they go through the funhouse, we know the guards, based off of what the prisoner said, are down in this area. If they hear something in the funhouse, because we don't know if there's alarms or anything that could alert the guards,
Yeah.
and they might come
Or
through.
maybe Zamfir is gonna freak out.
Yeah, so I'm just being prepared so that as they go help the girl, we can stand ready and get the jump on anyone.
So the
who comes
poison
through
thing's
this door.
done. So the poison thing is off the table now.
Yeah, we're not doing
Yeah,
that.
we're not doing that.
Okay.
So
So
we didn't want
here's
to do it since it's
so
funny.
here's what's happened. All at the same time, Glory heads off to the east, and cracks the door open, and she sort of peeks through, and she sees a very dark, ominous funhouse, and there's some pulsing lights, there's some low guttural breathing and snarling, and there's the sobbing of a little girl. She can't see anyone quite yet, but it is what it is. Next, at the same time, Tyros opens the gate, and as your lock goes in the thing, the cultist is frantic, shaking the door, screaming, "Let me out! There's no fun in the fun house." And you release the door. He comes out, immediately attacks you. immediately. While he's doing that, you hear the door to the south open up. All right, and
Do I have an opportunity for grapple right now?
we'll talk about that in 2 seconds, and then we're done. And then, not an enemy yet, but the door opens, and guard boss Phlan, turning these guys on. He's like, "What the hell's going on out here?" So the cultist as you open a gate, pushes through. He actually has you don't have any chance to grapple. He gets to take his attack. And then I gotta take off to get my daughter.
Cool. Thanks.
And he does miss you. And that's that. So we will start here next time. The funhouse is opened. The guards are like, "What the hell's going on?" They're in sort of investigation mode. You're being attacked by the cultist who's crazy, and we got three things happening all at once. Always a good time. And on that note,
Awesome.
I bid you farewell, Smite Force Chronicles.
Good job, team.